another video. My name is Suzanne. Today's video, I am taking full advantage of this gorgeous day. It has been absolutely beautiful outside lately, and in Florida, it's just way too hot to grill a lot of days during the summer. Like, you just don't even want to be near a grill or even just outside. It's like surface of the sun hot. So to take advantage of this gorgeous weather, I'm going to do a super easy fall off the bone rib recipe, as well as a recipe for some amazingly delicious black eyed peas. Both are pretty easy and have fairly minimal ingredients. I'm outside on my patio. I do want to do a patio tour for you, but the weather has just been so hot lately in Florida. So now that it's cooling down a little bit, it's just the perfect time to get outside. So this is our bar that my husband made, and our whole patio. It's just so nice when the weather is cooler. So I'm going to be out here today grilling on the smoker. I am using a Traeger smoker. The seasonings that go along with the rib recipe are Traeger seasonings. However, I will read to you what is in the seasoning, and then you can find something similar, or you can purchase that one if it sounds good to you. These are just the things that we use, that we enjoy. But this is such an easy recipe to modify depending on your taste or your family's taste. I am definitely going to leave all the ingredients down below. I will show you the process I do for both the black eyed peas and the ribs in the video, but I don't have a specific recipe that I follow. There are two that are kind of guidelines, so I will leave those linked below as well. But a lot of this is just kind of what we have done over the last several times of making these that we enjoy. It feeds a crowd, and everybody raves about how good it is. They're literally just fall off the bone as soon as you take them off the smoker. It takes about 4 to 5 hours start to finish. This took about 5 hours. So if you're like me and you have a beautiful day or a beautiful weekend coming up, then this is the perfect recipe to use, because it's amazing for getting outside and enjoying the weather and just being with friends and family. So first I'm going to show you the process for making the black eyed peas along with the ingredients that you'll need, and then once those get cooking, I will show you the ingredients and the process for making the ribs. I'll kind of walk you through it. I'll link what I do down below, like I said, or I'll just post it, and that way you can follow along if you decide to make these at home. So these are the ingredients that you're going to need for the black eyed peas. I have some sliced salt pork, a couple of things of chicken broth, I'd say at least 2 to 3. You'll need some bay leaves, salt and pepper to taste, and then at least 1 to 2 cans of diced tomatoes, also a shallot, and then maybe around 3 to 4 cloves of garlic, just depending on how you like it. We're going to start by cutting up our shallot and our garlic. And then you'll also need some olive oil as well. I forgot to set that out, but you'll need some olive oil too to put into your pot. I'm just cooking these in a big Dutch oven. I use it for everything, and it's just a really great size because this tends to cook up quite a bit once you get everything in there. So I would recommend a pretty decent sized pot to put it all in. And then once you have everything cut, we'll just start adding it into our Dutch oven.
I don't know about that, 'cause it's my lazy day, just wanna lazy away. Ain't gonna do a thing for the rest of the day. You can try to seduce me, make me wanna play. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Let's call some friends over for a game of poker or so.
Now that we have everything prepped, we're going to put our olive oil and our salt pork into your pot and just kind of shred that up. It should be sliced, but you'll probably still need to separate it. So I'm just using a couple forks to separate it and let that start cooking. You want to put that in there first and then add your garlic, because you don't want the garlic to burn. So let that cook for a minute, then we'll add our garlic and our shallots and stir all of that together.
'Cause it's my lazy day, just wanna lazy away.
After a few minutes of that cooking, we're going to add in our diced tomatoes and let that simmer for just a few minutes as well.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
after you put in your salt and your pepper and bay leaves, we're going to add in our chicken broth. I would say definitely 2, but keep an eye on them. You might want to have an extra one because, again, it just cooks really quickly. We're cooking this on medium heat, so we'll add in our black-eyed peas. And once that's all mixed together, you're just going to let it simmer. So I would let it simmer on kind of a low to medium heat. For your ingredients for your ribs, we're going to need some garlic salt. I use a Peruvian gold sauce, which is amazing. We have a stick of butter, and then I ran out of this particular rub, so I ended up not using it. I use this one a lot, but we bought this new one called the Traeger Saskatchewan rub. It's like a blackened garlic rub with different spices in it. I can't tell you what's in it, unfortunately. It doesn't list it, but if you find something similar, I would go for that. Also some aluminum foil because you're going to be wrapping these, so you'll need quite a bit of it. Salt and pepper to taste, and then maybe some onion salt too. And then we have our ribs. These were only $13 for this huge rack, so it's very cost effective and feeds a crowd pretty easily for not much money. My husband removed the membranes while I went outside and turned the grill on to smoke. Once it starts smoking, you're going to turn it up to 275. And then that's what the ribs are going to cook on for about 2.5 hours. So while that's smoking, I'm going to prep the ribs. I've got all of my seasonings. I'm going to sprinkle everything on one side. And then once I'm done doing that, I will turn them over and do the exact same thing to the other side. So I have all my salts and my seasonings, and I'll just sprinkle those on. I'm also adding this onion salt as well, which I didn't set out, but I went ahead and put some of that on there too. If you don't use it, it's not that big of a deal, but if you have it, I would definitely sprinkle some too. Here's my rub for the second side. So we're really just using everything but the Peruvian sauce. Everything else but the sauce and the butter is going to be sprinkled on the ribs for the first 2.5 hours that you cook them. Now it's time to get them on the grill. You want to flip them over so the original side that you first started seasoning is the side that is on the top, facing up. And then after 2.5 hours, we're going to get them off the grill, and now is when we're going to wrap them. I use a lot of foil because you're going to want to wrap them really well. You want to keep all the juices and yummy stuff in there. So this is a whole stick of butter. I'm just dividing it about the length of the ribs on my aluminum foil. And then I'm going to go in and add my seasoning to the foil as well. I'm going to pour on my Peruvian gold sauce. If you've never used this before, it's a game changer. It is delicious, so I think it makes a huge difference. Now we're going to flip the ribs over so that the bottom portion is facing up. And then I'm going to go back in and I'm going to add some more of my Peruvian sauce, and now I will wrap it. You want to do a pretty good job of wrapping it. Like I said, you don't want to puncture the foil because you don't want any of the juices to escape. So make like a little bowl if you can, however you need to wrap it so that everything will stay inside. I'm also going to take some foil and line my baking sheet with foil too. That way I can wrap it additionally and make sure that everything stays put. So here's about 3 pieces of foil going lengthwise down my baking sheet, and then I'm going to wrap those 3 pieces additionally onto my ribs so that they are just nice and tucked in and ready for the grill. Once it's all wrapped up, I left it on the baking sheet and put the entire thing in the grill. That way, in case any juices do spill out, it will catch them. And then I'm just going to close it and cook it for an additional 2.5 hours at 275. And then they are all done. So obviously you're going to want to be careful unwrapping it because it will be very hot. But you can see now that it's all done, I'm just using my finger and lifting up the bones, and they're literally just pulling right out from the rest of the rib meat. So definitely tender, definitely tasty, and I think that this is just a hit every time we make it. Everybody loves it. So that is going to do it for the ribs. We're going to go check on our black-eyed peas. They simmered for about 4.5 hours, and this is how tender they got. If you want them even more tender or less, you can change the simmer time, but it was about 4.5 hours total. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that you might be interested in giving this recipe a try. If you do, please comment down below and let me know if you enjoyed it or if you made some substitutions that you think tasted really good as well, because I think this is a really versatile recipe and you can use a lot of different seasonings or spices and I think it will still taste amazing. So if you've tried it out and you chose to switch something up, please let me know, because then I can give it a try the next time we make these. I do have more motherhood and lifestyle content coming for you soon. I have some cleaning videos, I have more cooking videos, and some seasonal videos because this is the last weekend of October, so we're going to start having more Christmas videos and holiday themed videos, so I hope you will stay tuned for those. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and let me know. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to my channel. I would love to have you join my YouTube family. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. Have a beautiful weekend. I hope that you enjoy whatever it is you're going to be cooking this weekend. And I look forward to seeing you in my next video.